Today we'll be discussing D&D 5e Monk, Way of Mercy.
This is the anti-Cobra Kai monk because this dojo is full of mercy and weakness.
I'm Nerdarchy Ted.
And I'm Nerdarchy Dave. Welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds.
So I guess it's time to show some mercy.
I feel like this subclass of the monk is kind of interesting, and I feel like it kind of kicked off one of the optional rules for the monk, quick attack. And basically that is like anytime you spend ki, you can then use your bonus action to just make an unarmed strike. Or I think a monk weapon attack as well. So, which before, like, the only way you could do that is if you took the attack action, and then you could either bonus action attack or flurry of blows as a bonus action. But if you were, say, Way of the Four Elements, and you did one of your magic-y things, that was it. You were done. You're kind of done for the round. Matter of fact, I had a new player who'd been like, hey, they would do one of their things, their Way of the Four Elements things, and then they're like, can I flurry of blows?
Like, no, sorry.
Sorry, you can only do it if you do this thing. And then, like, the very next week, we're like, you know how we said you couldn't do that thing before? Well, you can kind of do it. You can do the bonus action attack, but not the flurry of blows, which is a great help to the monk because, again, it allows you to do more things and spend less ki. Or at least get more for the ki you do spend.
Right, and since that ki is a very important element, it's a resource. It gets depleted so quickly. So this is it's kind of nice to get into that.
Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of that in this monk. I'm going to bring it up on D&D Beyond here, and we're going to start with one of those really cool sidebars from Tasha. Plague Doctor? Some looks never go out of style. From Tasha. Also, real quick, if you enjoy these subclasses and want to add them to your own game, either through D&D Beyond or Amazon, we'll put the link to Amazon down in the description. It's an affiliate link, so if you purchase through that, we get a small commission. But by far, Tasha's Cauldron Everything is one of the best player books that have come out so far, so I highly recommend it.
Looking to support the channel in another way, you can always head over to Patreon. Check us out over there.
As a special reward, you'll receive 5e content every month for DMs and players alike. We share our maps over there. Print to play magic item cards. We make magic items. We make subclasses, races, feats, spells, drop-in encounters, and more. There'll be a link down in the description to check out the Patreon.
So looking at the Way of Mercy monk. Monks of the Way of Mercy learn to manipulate the life force of others to bring aid to those in need. They are wandering physicians to the poor and the hurt. However, to those beyond their help, they bring a swift end as an act of mercy. Those who follow the Way of Mercy might be members of a religious order, administering to the needy, and making grim choices rooted in reality rather than idealism. Some might be gentle-voiced healers, beloved by their communities, while others might be mass bringers of macabre mercies. The walkers of this way usually don robes with deep cowls, and they often conceal their faces with masks, presenting themselves as faceless bringers of life and death.
So, third level, we start off with Implements of Mercy. You gain proficiency in Insight and Medicine skills, and you gain proficiency with the Herbalism Kit. You also gain a special mask, which you often wear when using the features of the subclass. You determine the appearance or generate it randomly by rolling on the Merciful Mask table. And we got 6 different choices that, of course, corresponds with a 6-sided die. We have a Raven, Black and White, Crying Visage, Laughing Visage, Skull, Butterfly. So, I mean, we like these like little random tables and like little kind of like flourishes and quirks to add to your characters.
And as always, you could work with your GM if there's something that you feel, befits your character in a different way. I love these things because they're good tools for inspiration, but they're also great jumping off points if you want to make your own.
Also, I think so far this is the most skill-heavy monk. With 2 skills and a tool proficiency.
Indeed. So we're not done yet getting abilities at 3rd level because we also get Hand of Healing. Your mystical touch can mend wounds. As an action, you can spend 1 ki point to touch a creature and restore a number of hit points equal to a roll of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. When you use your flurry of blows, you can replace one of your unarmed strikes with a use of this feature without spending a ki point for the healing.
Again, economy of action, economy of ki points. Really good. But there's more at 3rd level. We get Hand of Harm. Use your ki to inflict wounds. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can Spend 1 key point to deal extra necrotic damage equal to 1 roll of your martial arts die, plus your wisdom modifier. You can use this feature once per turn.
So the interesting thing about this one is, like, you can definitely see this is going to happen when that monk crits. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to double up on this one. So that's a lot of things to unpack at 3rd level. So if you're considering going monk, this is definitely something that, somebody might go into with all that you're getting to 3rd level.
And let's face it, at 3rd level, you could attack someone, flurry of blows, heal someone, and then hit them and do the extra damage.
That is true. All of that, it's crazy. So 6th level, we're going to get Physician's Touch. You can administer even greater cures with a touch, and you feel it's necessary, and you can use your knowledge to cause harm. When you use Hand of Healing on a creature, you can also end one disease or one of the following conditions affecting the creature: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned. When you use your Hand of Harm on a creature, you can cause that subject to be poisoned condition until the end of your next turn.
This can be really brutal because if you hit them and you make them poisoned, right? No save, they're just poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do next as a monk? You Stunning Strike. Of course, disadvantage on that saving throw.
Indeed. That's what they call a 1-2 punch.
It is a 1-2. The 1-2 combo for sure. Flurry of Healing and Harm at 11th level. You can now mete out a flurry of comfort and hurt. When you use Flurry of Blows, you can now replace each of the unarmed strikes with a use of your Hand of Healing without spending key points for the healing. In addition, when you make an unarmed strike with a Flurry of Blows, you can use your Hand of Harm with that strike without spending a key point for Hand of Harm. You can still use your Hand of Harm only once per turn. Again, like, everything is just kind of getting better.
Yeah, it's a build, and it's focused on those abilities that you get at 3rd level. So, while I did say that this is something that you could take to 3rd level and be happy with, you're gonna be happy the more you climb this ladder. We're gonna get Hand of Ultimate Mercy at 17th level. Your Mastery of Life Energy opens the door to Ultimate Mercy. As an action, you can touch the corpse of a creature that died within the past 24 hours and expend 5 key points. The creature then returns to life, regaining a number of hit points equal to 4d10 plus your wisdom modifier. If the creature died while subject to any of the following conditions, it revives them with them removed: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
So basically you get like a improved Raised Dead.
You're getting Raised Dead without any kind of material component cost, because usually that's like 500 to 1,000 gold piece gem for that kind of time frame. You're getting better than a 4th level Cure Wounds, because 4th level Cure Wounds would be 4d10. Sorry, 4d8. This is 4d10. So like, you're in every way, shape, or form replacing this with essentially 2 5th level spells,
and it's also like Greater Restoration as
well.
and
a Greater Restoration on top of that. Right. Because it removes all of them. Dear God. Because
Lesser Restoration only removes one condition, right? Where Greater Restoration does like wipes everything out. So I mean, again, it's a lot of resources for you. You can only use it once. You can only use it once per long rest.
Oh darn!
But yeah, it is pretty strong. 3 really high level spells. For the cost of essentially one action.
One action, 5 key points that you can get back in a half hour to an hour.
Now I will say this monk does better than a lot of the other monks that came before it, as far as the economy of key points, but you will still go through them pretty fast.
Yeah.
It is not as good as the Way of the Astral as far as key point conservation.
Yeah, I would definitely see that. But like, to me, this monk is always going to be do I hold on to those 5 key points to be able to Raise Dead and be able to put you back in the action this turn, or do I say, forget it, all I got to do is do a short rest, I'll get them all back and just go bloop. So like, you got those mitigating factors.
Yeah. Are you worth bringing back into this fight or not? Or can you wait an hour? Cool your jets. You are in dead timeout. Until I can take a short rest. Just think about what you did. Yeah, I really like this subclass. It's a lot of fun. It's thematic. I think it really ups the damage potential for the monk as well as the utility of the healing. And you get a handful of skills as well, so you're kind of skill heavy for a monk. I think the Way of Mercy monk would be a lot of fun to play.
I wholeheartedly agree. I would definitely play it in a game. There are elements, I'm like, all right, well, how would I design my mask?
Yeah.
I like what's in Tasha's when we look at, both the Astral Monk and the Way of Mercy. With you get to design something about your character, which gives it, flavor. It gives it uniqueness.
The question is, how do you feel about Way of Mercy monk? Have you played it? Would you play it? Does it add enough to the monk to make the monk worth playing? If you happen to be a disciple of Trent Monk, is it is this something you would do in your game? Is this a good fix? Let us know in the comments below.
While you're down there, don't forget to do all those things that make YouTube and Nerdarchy happy. Like, share, subscribe, even go ahead and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video.
Quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we drop new Nerdarchy videos over here on the channel. Come back and check them out. But maybe you can't wait until then. If not, there's a card up here where you can check out the Way of the Unseen Fist. We try our own hand at creating a monk subclass.
So until next time, stay nerdy.